to Math 11 Statistics. This is our quick start course overview, and I thank you for clicking here first. Hopefully you did, maybe you're coming back later. But I'm going to give you a quick overview of what's in the course and how I've designed the course to work. First of all, there's Meet Your Instructor, and you can see what I look like. Little picture, my biography, uh, about what I've done, and you can call me Dr. Mike is what my mentor gave me the name as when I got my doctorate. So I will use that. I have an email here. I do have an office phone with an extension. I haven't had any calls yet that I know of. So the best way to get a hold of me though is through email. I do have that connected to my phone, so I get those notifications quickly, and I can respond quickly as well. I will be keeping office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 5 p.m. for that 1 hour. If that time doesn't work with you, you can set an appointment with me. And there's a link here for office hours. If you click on that, that will take you into Zoom. And again, Monday and Wednesday, I will be at that in the Zoom room, as it were, from 4 to 5. Otherwise, contact me and I'd be happy to work with you. Okay. I'm going to shut off this side. So we have the menus on the left-hand side here. You click on the three little lines, that goes away. Uh, gives you a little bit more room to work with. Course schedule and syllabus. So there is the syllabus in here as it says. You can open that up, take a look at it. Part of the syllabus is this suggested pacing calendar, and I just want to make a few notes about here. First of all, I've paced out the course in a way that I think is doable. The homework, as you'll see, is set up by chapter, and then there's each section has sometimes two sections together. There's a lecture and some slides that go with it, some notes for you to look through, and then once you finish, say, chapter one, you'd be ready for, there's a homework quiz and homework itself. So that's how you go through and learn it. We'll go section by section, chapter by chapter. We'll have some review tests and practice. I'll let you see where those are. And then we have an exam scheduled on a particular day, but notice it's not due till 3/31, which is the following Monday. That allows you, if you are not able to take it during the week, you can take it over the weekend. These are also items where you could actually take the exam early. I'm still working on it at this time, so it might. But once it becomes available, you can take it early if you want to work ahead. I have no problems with working ahead. Also, it's as long as you're ready by the time the exam comes around, you'll be okay. So this exam dates are pretty solid. You need to be done by the, and the main reason is if you aren't, it's you get a couple weeks behind, and how are you going to get caught up? And this content builds on each other. So you really need to learn in order, and relatively quickly. With that being said, there are no due dates within Canvas or within the system that I'm using. So the items will be available to you continuously. So if you wait, you miss the whole first week, you don't have to get it done by Sunday, but notice that would be on track if you could have chapters 1 and 2 homework and reviews and those kinds of things completed by this Sunday. And then you have chapter 3 to get into. You have some reviews for the exams, and then you can schedule that exam time for the day and time that suits you, that you are able to um, break away and be ready for it, have time to study, and also be in your best mental state, um, not overly stressed, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and then we get into the next set of items. Currently, I have these not published, but they will be as we go forward. I'm making some adjustments as we go along. Uh, and the course you're looking at, I've started, first of all, a little bit about myself. I guess I should introduce myself a little bit. I am new to Reed Lee College this spring 2025 semester. Uh, I was over in Phoenix. I was teaching at Arizona State University and Scottsdale Community College. I applied for this job. I thought it would be starting in the fall, and I found out that they needed me here for spring. And so I've come here, but I'm also developing things as I go. So you will see many of the recorded lectures in the early part are from a course I taught that started in January. And so I have taught through chapter 6, and then they'll be picking up with the second half of this course already. Um, so if some of the, I'm also using two different curriculum for the other courses. For this course, I'm decided on one particular course um, setup. Uh, it's zero cost to you. That's one of the main things I did, and so I'm developing and switching over some of the other things from the other curriculum that I have been using because I want to give you the best. So this is still a course in development. Let's put it that way, and I'm always looking to improve. Um, and one of the best ways we could do that is if you do either come to office hours or set up time with me. I can see what is making sense and what isn't, and continually design the course in a way that makes your learning success paramount, the first thing. Because if you're not successful, I'm not successful. So let's both be successful. And the first thing is for you to learn successfully, do well in the course. Then that means I'm doing my job. If that's not happening, I've got to work harder. So we'll do that. We've got spring break in here, and then we go on through and we will have a comprehensive final, but we will have time to review all these things. For the exams, I do allow 1 page of notes for formulas and stuff and vocabulary. Statistics is a course that is heavy in formulas and vocabulary and calculator use. So you can put anything on those notes, step-by-step instructions on how to use the calculator so that there's those reminders for you. Um, vocabulary, uh, but you will get a page of notes. Okay, for each exam, front and back of a notebook-sized piece of paper, 8.5 by 11. I think that does it. And if I forget anything, you have questions, please do feel free to ask. But this pacing calendar is kind of what I would like you to follow, rather than some electronic due dates and then penalties for not getting there on time. Learning occurs when it's going to occur. And again, we've got basically by the end to learn it all. You can't wait till the last 2 weeks to try to learn the whole course. It just won't happen, most likely. If it did, then you probably didn't need this course in the first place. Uh, so please do try to stay on track, and I will work with you flexibly so that we can, as life happens around us, we are able to make adaptations, be flexible, and put learning as the number one job for both of us. The course syllabus has more information and details. I'll be honest, I did not write it all. Being new here, I took a lot of it from colleagues, um, but I did design the course around it in my way. So, and I felt that the wording was pretty good. So that's course schedule and syllabus. There, the NumWorks calculator, it's a free download. If you click in here, I've got let's go ahead and do that. There's a video where I will explain it all to you. Um, this is what it looks like, a little bit of information there, but it's a free download. So that's, again, my commitment to making open source, zero cost course for you. Um, and again, a free download on a mobile phone, Apple or Android, on a tablet, on your computer, and I will even be embedding much of this, the calculator, into many of the activities, especially the quizzes and the that are the exams we will be taking. Okay, so now I've got the course laid out. You see, chapter 1, 2, and 3 are visible. Um, I'm not in student mode, so the other ones are turned off to you for now. But we've got exam 1 resources here. So the first 2 weeks of the class are available and ready for you to go. And shortly during this first week, I will dress up the rest of the course, at least the next 2 weeks, get us to spring break, and then kind of keep working on that. Um, the anatomy of a chapter. Okay, so what you'll see is there's the title. So we're going to do statistical basics. That's chapter 1, scheduled for March 17th through 19th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, and then after that, chapter 2 will be taking over. Again, you have to fit this into your schedule. Please, I find it's best, learning is best when you take it in small bites. Rather than try to say, okay, I've got to wait till I have a 5 hour block of time and then try to do it all in that 5 hours or 10 hours. Um, I know some of you may, that's what you're doing. And who am I to tell you that that doesn't work for you if it does? But I think you'll find that if you can block out even just a half hour, 45 minutes, and at least take a look at what you need to do on a regular basis, and then, yes, block out that 2 or 3 hour time period so that you can get a lot of things done. Um, so, chapter 1, let's look in there. There's instruction, there's a lectures and notes. So I'm going to click on that. You can download the notes. These, again, were developed by another professor I'm working on customizing myself. He used the TI-84 calculator, and I tried to go through and take most references to that calculator out because I will be using the NumWorks, and in the videos you'll see me using that. It's perfectly fine if you want to use the TI-84. You might be familiar with it. There's the lecture. I use Google Slides that I've used from a commercial curriculum, and that's I'm using in another course right now. Again, I'm going to be developing all of these, and so this will be a first run through because this is what I have to do. But by the end of summer, I will customize all of this. But you can get a copy of the lecture slides, and where that's helpful is you see something that maybe you want a picture of, or some formulas and stuff. You can come here and actually just take them, copy them, screenshot them. You do it to the video as well, but that's how it is. So you'll see that the lecture covers 1.1M, 1.2. Then there's a lecture for 1.3 and 1.4. Again, notes and a copy of the slides, and then um, a video, a lecture, about 44 minutes for this one, and I think this one's about the same, 46, because we had our class periods are about 50 minutes. So that's what you'll see is you're actually seeing a live lecture that was given to a class of students learning statistics. So I'm hoping it is realistic for you. I hope it's all appropriate. I mean, not that it's inappropriate, but there may be things that I mention in that class that might not apply to the online class. So just realize that that happens. I might talk about due dates or something, that they have to have it done by this or that. Again, just follow the pacing calendar and you'll be in good stead. So this is the instruction going through these notes to review, those kind of things. And then the first thing I have, the first activity, is a homework learning quiz. So we start off with the quiz and then do the homework. The reason I do that is the quiz is short. There's sometimes 5 questions, 5, 8, 9, something in there, 5 to 10 questions. And so what I do is I put a solutions to those quizzes. So there's a video here where I have walked through each of the homework quiz questions, and I try to explain them as I go through it and why I'm choosing each one. What will happen then is you will be ready to go to the next, the homework learning quiz, and that comes up here. Again, all I have is a teacher preview, but your questions will be similar but possibly different. Like this one's different than the one in the video, but you will be able to make that choice of what it is. Oftentimes things like these have been reorganized. So again, you get to try it now after watching that video, or if you want to try it without watching the video, all these things should have come up in the lecture notes as well. So it just tells you, once you've gone through the 5 questions, that indeed you are now ready for the next one, which, if I click next, is the homework. And the homework is somewhere between 20 to 30 questions generally. They are of the larger portion. Homework is, so it's 100 points where the quizzes are only 20 points. Total of the homework and quizzes is 30% of your grade. Tests, exams, those are the other 70% of your grade. So again, what you'll get is you come in here, you'll get questions. You get 3 attempts to get the right answer. If after the 3rd attempt you're not correct, you can ask for a similar type question. So you can get 100% on all of these just by trying. There are videos embedded here. I didn't create these. The creators of the other course did. So, but they can help you. You could post to the forum. I'm not sure I've got that set up, so I wouldn't do that. And then once you're done, you click on submit. It will score it for you and tell you whether you're right or wrong. If you're right, you'll see green. If you're half right, you'll see yellow. And if you're completely wrong, it'll go red. And then you try. And sometimes it's a matter of just they ask for 2 decimals and you only gave them 1 decimal place or something, or they ask for a fraction and you gave them a decimal. Those are things that happens, but you've got unlimited attempts. Well, 99 attempts, but that's pretty much. I haven't ever had a student use up all 99 attempts on a single question. So you go through and as you'll see here, there's, I believe in here, 30 questions. And one of the things I'm doing is sometimes I look at these homework assignments and there's a few things I've chosen not to cover, so I try to take those out. Yes, 25 questions. So that's what I'm working on, is to continually revise as I go forward. So that's the anatomy of a chapter. We just went all the way through chapter 1. Yeah, once you finish the homework, then you're ready for chapter 2. Let's go back here. Then you'll just kind of keep working through here, pace yourself as to what you can get done, and just realize those lectures are going to, for the most part, be 45 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes each. And you'll see the same thing. Chapter 2, I have as 1 lecture. We were able to do 2 sections in 1 day. And it's got the same thing, a solutions for the learning quiz, the quiz itself, and then the homework. Chapter 3, lecture notes. Again, I'll pull it up here. And I embed the videos in there. You can also go to YouTube. Once you get them going, there's a little, let's do this. There's a little settings here. Sometimes I speak a little slow because I'm trying to go through there. You can always speed me up. I've done this. When I was doing my graduate work, I got used to listening at 1.5 to 1.75 speed, so you get through them quicker. I found for me it actually helps me to focus, and I think I learn deeper rather than listening at a lower, just a human speaking speed. So you can do that. You can turn your subtitles on and off, and so forth. But that's all here. You can go directly to YouTube if you want, and you can also make it full screen. So those are there again, each for each of the sections. There's notes, there's slide deck, and there's videos. And sometimes the videos are overlap a little bit. Sometimes I might not have finished one up completely, so it goes to the next. But you'll see the whole chapters there, and you'll start seeing I am using the NumWorks calculator in here. So I'm showing you, as we go through, I'm showing you how to use it. So we'll learn the technology as we learn the content. Okay, and then just sort of the one last thing to look at is when we get to that first test, which again, this moves pretty fast. It's a 9-week course. We will get to our first exam. There is what I provide for you so far is some practice tests. There are multiple choice ones, various things. So there's an answer key to the test that's just printed, and then there's a solution guide where I work through the test as well. And I usually break it down by chapter. In this case, I did chapter 1, and then I combine chapter 2 and 3 practice tests together. So sometimes things work a little differently. And when I did the 2 to 3, I broke it up into 2 different videos. And I'll just let you know, the one class I was teaching was using the TI-84s, and I was trying to use those, but I felt that the NumWorks was so much superior once we got a little bit into the course on distributions that I've switched both classes over to using the NumWorks. The other students had TI-84 calculators, but even though they had them, um, it just, because it doesn't have the visual part, I've gone and I'm going to focus on using the NumWorks calculator as I do the instruction. Okay, so practice tests are built in here. There's one that I have to do with a solution video. So this was actually the test they took. So you get a take a look at that. And then what I will be doing is, it's not built yet, but I will be building in the quiz questions into Canvas quizzes, and having an appropriate proctoring system set up. But give me a week on that, and I'll introduce that as needed. But I'm pleased to be working with you, and being your instructor, being accessible to you. Um, Go ahead and get started here with the first part, and then as time allows you, get working on chapter 1, 2, and 3 over the next 2 weeks, and we'll be in touch. I'll have my office hours the first day, March 17th, so Monday, 4 o'clock. I'll be there. If you want to jump in and just say hi, that's great. And again, also available to you by appointment as needed. I have 2 online sections, so I think what we're going to have close to 70 or 80 students in this 9-week section, all working together to successfully learn statistics. So take care, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'm here for you. Thanks.